Okay. Continuing in the book of the Ether, this is chapter 3, and again, maybe in 2 parts. We'll see. The brother of Jared sees the finger of the Lord as he touches the 16 stones. Christ shows his spirit body to the brother of Jared. Those who have a perfect knowledge cannot be kept from within the veil. Interpreters are provided to bring the Jaredite record to light. Okay, here we go. And it came to pass that the brother of Jared, now the number of the vessels which had been prepared was 8, went forth unto the mount, which they called the Mount Shelem, because of its exceeding height, and did molten out of a rock 16 small stones, and they were white and clear, even as transparent glass. And he did carry them in his hands upon the top of the mount, and cried again unto the Lord, saying, O Lord, thou hast said that we must be encompassed about by the floods. Now behold, O Lord, and do not be angry with thy servant because of his weakness before thee. For we know that thou art holy, and dwellest in the heavens, and that we are unworthy before thee. Because of the fall, our natures have become evil continually. Nevertheless, O Lord, thou hast given us a commandment that we must call upon thee, that from thee we may receive according to our desires. Behold, O Lord, thou hast smitten us because of our iniquity, and hast driven us forth, and for these many years we have been in the wilderness. Nevertheless, thou hast been merciful unto us. O Lord, look upon me in pity, and turn away thine anger from this thy people, and suffer not that they should go forth across the raging deep in the darkness. But behold these things which I have molten out of the rock. And I know, O Lord, that thou hast all power, and can do whatsoever thou wilt for the benefit of man. Therefore touch these stones, O Lord, with thy finger, and prepare them that they may shine forth in the darkness. And they shall shine forth unto us in the vessels which we have prepared, that we may have light while we shall cross the sea. Behold, O Lord, thou canst do this. We know that thou art able to show forth great power, which looks small unto the understanding of men. Now, I do like that prayer of the brother of Jared. He's very humble. You told me to find a way for light, and well, this is the best I can come up with. Don't get mad at me. I can't think of anything else, but I know you have the power to do this. So, as you've shown mercy in the past, show mercy again and light these up for us. I love that. So, verse 6. And it came to pass that when the brother of Jared had said these words, behold, the Lord stretched forth his hand and touched the stones one by one with his finger. And the veil was taken from off the eyes of the brother of Jared, and he saw the finger of the Lord. And it was as the finger of a man, like unto flesh and blood. And the brother of Jared fell down before the Lord, for he was struck with fear. Now, I want to, before I continue with this, there was one thing I forgot to mention, talking about these stones. I just want to point out that these were not natural stones. He didn't go up and collect up 16 white stones off the ground and bring them over. No, it says he molten them out of the ground. He took stones and he heated them and he melted them down. And he got the core of them, kind of the essence. Because the way they're described, it might possibly be that they were diamonds. He'd gone into the mountain, got some coal, and burnt it down and got some diamonds out of them. I don't know. But this wasn't just picking up stones. He did work to get them. And I think that is an important point. It also shows that they had skill in these kind of things. It says molten out of the rock. So he had some skill in making this stuff. And he did the work to make it, and then he brought it to God and said, okay, I've done what I can. Now, if you could lend us your assistance to finish the work. So remember, God asked him for his idea. Said, you figure out an idea, and we'll see what we can do. And so he went and he did the work. So remember, this story is not talking about, he just had an idea and God made it happen. No, the brother of Jared did the work. Anyways, continuing, verse 7. And the Lord saw that the brother of Jared had fallen to the earth, And the Lord said unto him, Arise, why hast thou fallen? And he saith unto the Lord, I saw the finger of the Lord, and I feared lest he should smite me, for I knew not that the Lord had flesh and blood. And the Lord said unto him, Because of thy faith thou hast seen that I shall take upon me flesh and blood. And never has man come before me with such exceeding faith as thou hast. For were it not so, ye could not have seen my finger. Sawest thou more than this? Now, just to comment here that this wasn't God saying, oh, let's show the brother of Jared division. This is something very unique, very special in the scriptures. This is the brother of Jared in the presence of God. God's reaching out to touch the stones, and Jared's faith, or the brother of Jared's faith, is so strong that he cannot be prevented from seeing the finger of God. It wasn't that God showed him his finger. It's that his faith was so powerful that he saw it, regardless of anything else. He just saw it. And that's why it says, no man before with such exceeding faith. Now, this is a kind of faith that, all the other prophets that we read about saw God, but they saw him when God wanted them to see him. The brother of Jared is the only one in the scriptures that it states that he saw the finger of God of his own power, from his own faith. The veil was lifted. He could not be kept from seeing. That is incredible. So, verse 10, and he answered, Nay, Lord, show thyself unto me. And the Lord said unto him, Believest thou the words which I shall speak? And he answered, Yea, Lord, I know that thou speakest the truth, for thou art a God of truth, and canst not lie. And when he had said these words, behold, the Lord showed himself unto him, and said, Because thou knowest these things, ye are redeemed from the fall. Therefore ye are brought back into my presence. Therefore I show myself unto you. Behold, I am he who was prepared from the foundation of the world to redeem my people. Behold, I am Jesus Christ. I am the Father and the Son. In me shall all mankind have faith, and that eternally, even they who shall believe on my name. And they shall become my sons and my daughters. And never have I showed myself unto man whom I have created, for never has man believed in me as thou hast. Seest thou that ye are created after mine own image? Yea, even all men were created in the beginning after mine own image. Behold, this body which ye now behold is the body of my spirit. And man have I created after the body of my spirit, and even as I appear unto thee to be in the spirit, will I appear unto my people in the flesh. Now, there are a couple of powerful points in this. First, he states that no man had ever seen Christ. This is not entirely true, I think, because I think in the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve saw both the Father and the Son. But since the fall, no man had seen Christ in the flesh, or in person. Not in the flesh. Nobody had seen Christ, even Brother Jared didn't see him in the flesh. But no man had seen Christ in person. Angels had appeared, but no man had seen Christ himself since the fall. I find that to be an extremely interesting and powerful statement to make. Now, I do think they have talked with God. I do think people talked with God. But it was either, as the brother of Jared was earlier, saw him in a cloud, didn't see him in person, or talked to him through the angels. But the other thing to point out here is that this confirms that Christ, like everybody else, was spirit before he was mortal. Before he was born into a physical body, he was a spirit. But the other thing that this tells us, a very interesting point, is that our physical bodies look like our spirit bodies. Because that's what he's saying here. Even as I appear unto thee in the spirit, will I appear unto my people in the flesh. The spirit and the physical body look the same. There's some kind of a connection there that makes our physical bodies look like our spirit bodies. Unless there is some genetic deformation But anyways, continuing, we don't have too much longer in this chapter, I think. So let's see. And now I, Moroni, said, I could not make a full account of these things which are written. Therefore it sufficeth me to say that Jesus showed himself unto this man in the Spirit, even after the manner and in the likeness of the same body, even as he showed himself unto the Nephites. And he ministered unto him, even as he ministered unto the Nephites. And all this, that this man might know that he was God, because of the many great works which the Lord had showed unto him. And because of the knowledge of this man, he could not be kept from beholding within the veil. And he saw the finger of Jesus, which when he saw, he fell with fear, for he knew that it was the finger of the Lord. And he had faith no longer, for he knew nothing doubting. Wherefore, having this perfect knowledge of God, he could not be kept from within the veil. Therefore he saw Jesus, and he did minister unto him. And it came to pass that the Lord said unto the brother of Jared, Behold, thou shalt not suffer these things that ye have seen and heard to go forth unto the world, until the time cometh that I shall glorify my name in the flesh. Wherefore ye shall treasure up these things, wherefore ye shall treasure up the things which ye have seen and heard, and show it to no man. And behold, when ye shall come unto me, ye shall write them, and shall seal them up, that no one can interpret them. For ye shall write them in a language that they cannot be read. Okay, this is going back to the Adamic tongue again. They were the only ones left speaking the Adamic tongue. And so when the brother of Jared wrote the record, nobody else was able to read it because nobody else knew this language. But it's also, he was told he couldn't write this down until just before he died. So he was only supposed to be thinking about it. Don't tell anybody, don't even write it down. And then when he was to write it down, by the time he died, nobody else in the world would be able to read it. So now, verse 23, And behold, these two stones will I give unto thee, and ye shall seal them up also with the things which ye shall write. For behold, the language which ye shall write I have confounded. Wherefore I will cause in mine own due time that these stones shall magnify to the eyes of men these things which ye shall write. And when the Lord had said these words, he showed unto the brother of Jared all the inhabitants of the earth which had been, and also all that would be. And he withheld them not from his sight, even unto the ends of the earth. For he had said unto him in times before, that if he would believe in him, that he could show unto him all things, it should be shown unto him. Therefore the Lord could not withhold anything from him, for he knew that the Lord could show him all things. And the Lord said unto him, Write these things and seal them up, and I will show them in mine own due time unto the children of men. And it came to pass that the Lord commanded him that he should seal up those two stones which he had received, and show them not until the Lord should show them unto the children of men. Okay. A brief note at the end there. The video is getting a little long, so the record of the Jaredites was not to be made public to the world until after Christ's mortal ministry. The Nephites found the 24 plates of the Jaredites, but Mosiah, he read them, and he told his sons, he gave the record to Alma, but he told his sons, we know what happened, but these things are not to go to the world. So the prophets of the Nephites had the record, and they knew it. But as it says here, this record was not to be made known to the world until after Christ's mortal ministry, at which point the stones would be provided to allow them to translate, and that is Moroni adding in the book of Ether is a fulfillment of the Lord's promise that the record of the brother of Jared would be known. And I'm going to leave that here. This video is a little longer than I wanted it to be, so we will pick up in the next chapter next time.